Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, an electric megacity full of culture, huge buildings, amazing food, and a nightlife to rival many other cities in Asia. I recently spent a few days in the city taking a look around, so join me as I discover this fantastic city. Welcome to KL. My first stop was the Batu Caves, a must-see if you're in Kuala Lumpur. The Batu Caves are a complex of caves which are home to numerous temples, and it's one of the largest Hindu shrines outside of India. So this is the Batu Caves, and we're going to climb the 200 plus steps all the way to the top to have a look. So let's go hiking. The cave sits some 272 steps up, and it's a bit of a steep climb with an impressive view. But once you've got yourself up to the top of the steps, you're greeted by a vast cavern and the entrance to the caves. There are a few shrines and temples in the caves. Each is unique and are really interesting places to visit. Now, when you are visiting the caves, there are a few residents which you should be aware of. I'm talking about the Batu Cave monkeys. You'll see lots of these running around, and so long as you don't tempt them with food, they should leave you alone. But be warned, if you do get too close or you tease them, there's a good chance that they'll jump on you. And yeah, if you have food, they will grab it straight from your hand if you get too close. I didn't have any trouble when I was there, but yeah, just be aware. Now, KL is known for its skyline with many tall buildings, and of course the famous Petronas Towers are the most well known. I wanted to check out some of these buildings as well as the views, so spent a few hours taking a look from up top. I started off at the KL Tower. This 421 metre high tower was completed in 1994 and gives amazing views over the city. So this is the top of the KL Tower, which is absolutely massive in height. The best thing about this is that the fact that you can actually literally see out. So you're not inside, you're out on top of the tower looking out over all the views, and the views are quality up here. You can see the Petronas Towers, you can see the new tower which is just being built. So yeah, if you fancy looking at some good views, head over here. And for those of you who aren't scared of heights, you can even get your picture taken in one of the glass floor boxes. And if you are scared of heights, maybe give that one a miss. Next up, it was the world famous Petronas Towers. Standing 88 stories tall, these skyscrapers are really impressive to view. They are famed for their bridge, which joins the two towers at levels 41 and 42. This is the famous bridge at the Petronas Towers. So this is one that you see in the centre, and it's pretty cool. And the view at the moment is great because there's actually a storm happening, so there's like thunder, lightning happening. Yeah, the view is a bit reduced, but it's good. So as we got up to the bridge level, a storm started to come in. This did restrict the view quite a lot, but it did add to the atmosphere. However, when we reached the top of the tower at level 88, the storm was right over us and the towers. This completely obstructed the view. However, it was awesome to be right at the top of the Petronas Towers in a storm. So we're on top of the Petronas Towers, but there's a storm, so we can't see anything, there's no view. But there's loads of lightning, and we're thinking that maybe the other tower might get hit, which would be quite unique to see. We'll see. And after a short wait, we did get to see the opposite tower being struck by lightning quite a few times in fact. This was incredible to see, and more than made up for the lack of views due to the storm. Amazing. That evening, I headed into the centre of Kuala Lumpur to check out some of the nighttime food offering, and hearing that KL and Malaysia in general is famed for its food, I had high expectations. I headed to the Jalan Alor night market, and I'm glad to say I was not disappointed. There are loads of choices here, and it has a lively atmosphere too. You'll see lots of different foods, and all of which are great value. Myself and a few friends opted for some traditional dishes, which were very tasty. Now, to finish off our food, we decided to try a delicacy in Malaysia, and it's a bit of a love or hate kind of thing. Yeah, I'm talking about durian. Durian is a tropical fruit, notorious for, well, it's not very nice smell. You'll often see signs on public transport notifying people that this fruit is actually banned because of its potent smell. So we're about to have durian, which is this thing. It's a bit of an acquired taste, apparently it smells a bit, but let's see what it's like. And you need a glove too, but... It's okay.
No? Is that no for you?
Now, after all that durian, I did need a drink, so headed to the Changkat part of town to check out some of the nightlife. This place really is party central, with lots of bars spilling out onto the road. It's a lively atmosphere here too, with lots of people. I had a really great night here, which was super fun. The next day, I'm not feeling too hungover, surprisingly. I went for a traditional Malaysian breakfast at a famous restaurant in Chinatown, Ho Kau Hainan Kopitiam, which I think I say right. This restaurant has been serving traditional Hainanese cuisine since 1956 and is run by Mr. Ho Kau. It's a famous place to grab breakfast and it's a popular place. We had a wait of around 30 minutes, which I was told wasn't too bad of a wait. The breakfast consisted of eggs, which are half boiled. This makes them a kind of scrambled consistency when you break them, as well as kaya butter toast, which I have to say was delicious. I'm not a massive breakfast eater, as I'm not really a morning person, but this was more than enough for me. I also went for a Malaysian coffee, which I've got to say was great, a must if you do like a coffee. The restaurant itself is in Chinatown, which is a cool place to check out. One street is Kwai Chai Hong, or Little Ghost Alley, which has a whole host of art murals depicting the early life of Chinese settlers in the city. Next up was Petaling Street, the infamous market, which is home to many fake goods. Here you'll get loads of counterfeit items such as watches, bags and clothing. There's also a wide selection of Chinese food stalls too. This place can be pretty chaotic and is often full with tourists and locals. The place comes alive at night time too, so be sure to check it out in the evening. That evening I went to check out more of the nightlife in the city and headed down to take a look at the River of Life. The River of Life is a cool light show. It has music, a dancing symphony fountain, as well as fog which is lit up blue. It stretches over a short part of the river and is a nice light show to watch. Close to the River of Life is one of the main sights to see in the city, and one which has a lot of history, Independence Square, or Freedom Square as it's sometimes known. So this is Freedom Square and it's quite a cool place. It's got a lot of history here as well, but if you come to KL you'll probably definitely come here. It's got some beautiful buildings, it's a great atmosphere. There's some kind of party happening tonight, so the atmosphere is buzzing, but yeah, it's a really cool place and there's a lot of history here too. So if you come to KL, come to Freedom Square. Today it's a location for many national and civic events. The grass square was previously a training ground for British soldiers, as well as a cricket pitch. The square is surrounded by some old colonial buildings, including the beautiful Sultan Abdul Samad building. The night I was there, coincidentally, there was a party happening and the place was absolutely full of energy, with lots of people celebrating. I personally like the e-scooters you could hire, and of course, I had to give it a go. Later that evening, it was back to Chinatown for a few drinks, and I must say the bars I ended up in were pretty cool. KL does have some really great nightlife, so if you're looking for some action when the sun goes down, you are sure to find it in KL. However, after a great night out, on the way back we got caught in yet another storm, but this time we were outside and not stuck at the top of the Petronas Towers. Seriously, I have never seen rain this bad. So we're walking back from a night out and we've ended up walking down Petaling Street and it's absolutely pouring down with rain, but I'm being proper tourist right now, but yeah, very different to the UK. Also, because of the rain, it was almost impossible to get a taxi. Needless to say, I got absolutely soaked, but after a few drinks, it was actually quite funny. Yes, I was a little drunk.
When you've been on a night out, it's absolutely pissing down and you can't get a taxi.
So it was my last day in KL and I really was loving this city and would be sad to leave. After a long lie-in, which I needed, I went to check out Little India, or Brickfields as it's known. This is a pretty lively part of town with a large Indian community with lots of shops and restaurants. So this is Little India, or Brickfields, and it is a really cool part of town. It's vibrant, it's such a vibrant place, loads of kind of different culture here, tastes, sounds, everything. It's a really great place to care to visit. So yeah, if you're in town, definitely head here. Whilst here too, I also tried out some street food, and more precisely, pani puri. So this is a local Indian delicacy called pani puri, right? It looks pretty cool, but let's give it a go. You're meant to put it on your mouth at once. So let's see, okay? That's actually pretty good. I don't know, it's good. I like it. Next up, I had one final meal in KL and went to a local food market to grab some food. Again, the food was delicious. So the night was nearing an end, and as we wanted some final drinks, a friend who lives in KL took us to the W Hotel for some brilliant drinks and an incredible view of the Petronas Towers. I would definitely recommend this bar here if you're looking for some chilled out space with some quality views and of course great drinks. A perfect way to end our stay in the amazing city of KL. And we had to toast the traditional Malaysian way. So that is it from my time in KL. I absolutely love this city and would love to go back. If you're looking for a stopover on your way to say Australia or Europe if you're going the other way, then it's definitely worth considering KL. Or if you're heading to Southeast Asia, just make sure that KL is on your itinerary because it is a fantastic city. There is loads to do, lots of sights, an amazing atmosphere, and the food too is incredible as it is in most places in Malaysia. But yeah, Kuala Lumpur I think is one of my favourite cities in Asia and I would definitely recommend it. Anyway, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed my video. If so, please do give me a like, and a subscribe is amazing too. I really do appreciate it when people do that, so please click on the button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.